Welcome back, everybody. Coolbro794 here, and today we are here with another Voice GER score attack run. Yes, he is back, and I'm gonna get right into it. For the strategy for this run, you will want to immediately hit Voice Part 4 JoJo. This is because obviously you want to get all your loops out with Voice GER, but you want to stagger the stand-up so you get that free box at the end, because all those block panels really hurt you. So you really want to get that V4taro box to get rid of the block panels. Now, making 4x4s in this score attack is very important. Mista kind of congratulates you, like, good job on the 4x4. Every time you make a 4x4 or bigger in a stand-up time, at the end of stand-up time, it will make an enhanced box. As you see here, Mista will give me a free enhanced box. And this is always of the partner unit. Now, there's a second effect too. As you see, there's a little icon next to Mista. He will also boost your partner panel spawn rate by a little bit for, I don't know exactly how long, but just for a while. This really hurts Voice Part 4 JoJo, because if you do not know already, well, if you boost Part 4 JoJo's spawn rate and then use V4taro time, not only are those extra panels not enhanced, they're just regular V4taro panels, but they cover up so much of your board that it makes it really hard to play during Part 4 JoJo time. Just imagine like your whole board is V4taro and you've got like 3 panels to tap on. You're gonna get to stand up just erasing those 3 panels over and over again? No. So, even though everybody knows VGER's voice lines are a lot cooler than Voice Part 4 JoJo's, they are far more lame. As you see here, I'll see what I'm talking about. The stand-up time ends. I made a 4x4, Mista, so Mista makes a partner box, and then he increases GER's spawn rate. Again, if this was V4taro, it would really screw up your V4taro time, so V4taro must be in the front if you use him in this score attack, or you will not be able to do stand-up time. It's also quite nice because it makes it easier, since V4taro spawns less, there's obviously more to erase, because VGER is getting increased, so he's going to spawn more often than all the other panels. It makes it easier to loop into stand-up, just a nice little thing. Obviously you could already loop from out of stand-up to stand-up again. But it makes it just a little bit easier for you. And that's really it. These are the loops of the run. If you're wondering how that whole panel goes away, that's as simple as once halftime would normally be over. It does not count the time up. It is if you use a time up is a little bit after half the clock. But whatever half the time normally is when the whole panel goes away. So if you see the 12 notches on the clock, I'd say around 7 o'clock is when it would go away. Now I'm thinking tips, because obviously this is the beginning of the video, you want to hear tips. Make as many 3x3s as possible, obviously. In this run I'm using Voice GER's sticker. If you can make a 4x4, great. But really make sure you get those 3x3s out so you get free enhanced boxes. Free enhanced boxes just means free damage. Free damage means free damage. See, I didn't get to make the 4x4. I tried. 4x4s do a lot in VGER time. Because if you're unfamiliar with exactly what he does, Voice GER will loop the stand-up times if you fill out the highlighted area with one type of panel. Obviously, as you saw in that last loop, there is a limit to how many loops he does. But every new loop, the stand-up time damage increases. This isn't for sure, but the easiest example I like to use is just your first stand-up is a normal stand-up, and then double damage, and then triple damage, and then, you know, all the way up to the 6 times damage on the very last one. Making a 4x4 in that 6 times damage stand-up, whew, oh man. That's where you see, I believe, one VGER time in the score attack. I make 1 in the second to last loop and 1 in the last one, and do like 10 mil with 1 VGER. Like, oh man. Yeah, that's actually about it. Make sure you use your boxes to get VGER's loops out. I also wanted to mention, if you screw up a VGER time, do not end your run if you're running this team. If you really want a perfect run, congratulations, you're never going to get it. Even if you get it once, you did it for 1 score attack, and you're never going to be able to do it again. Getting a perfect run with Voice Golden Experience Requiem is insanely hard, as there are a lot of elements such as the falling panels that could just match and screw you over. Usually you can manipulate it with boxes, but if you don't have any boxes, you're just kind of done. And I think I screwed up 3 times. So again, this is the 4th best in the world run at the moment. I screwed up 3 VGER times. If you screw up 1 or 2, you're fine. Make sure you use, for stickers, make sure you use all stand-up time stickers. I know V4taro does a racing, that's stand-up time, but you will realize by most of your damages coming out of VGER's stand-up time. And those block panels, you're making so many boxes that they don't really hinder you at all. I will tell you the run definitely kicks up after that whole panel is gone. It makes it easier to make 4x4s, makes it make 4x4s in VGER time. It just opens up more of your board for cycling, all that stuff. That one whole panel really hinders a lot of your run. It sucks, but you know, you get through it. If you can get past that one whole panel point, then the rest of your run, not shun, it should be smooth sailing. And 6 minutes in, I guess that's it for commentary. I do like to do voiceovers because this run took me about 2 hours to get after I discovered that VGER was going to be meta this time. I was actually just like, I don't know if it's a little selfish or not, but I was like, I really want to be the best VGER player this score tech, and so I saw Garoto with his, yeah, see, like this one right here. I screwed it up. It's like, oh, okay, well, guess I'm done. Nothing you can do about that, you just keep going with the run. And I saw Garoto with his 130 million, I think it's 132 or something like that. And I was like, you know what, that's my goal, I'm gonna beat that. And I think at the very, very end of the run, wow, I'm just barely gonna beat it, let's go. And then I beat it by a good bit. I was like, whoa. My very last VGER time was really good. If you're one of those people that just likes to see the score at the end, I would watch the whole final VGER time. I think it's because in the second to last loop I used 2 VGER enhanced boxes to make a 4x4, so not only is it a 4x4, but it's enhanced. It's like, woo, big damage. And do not doubt V4taro in this score attack. Your time stops should be doing about 1 million, not including the free 4x4 you get, because he's V4taro, you make free 4x4s, that's how it works. And that 4x4 does a lot as well, just because you're using all stand-up stickers instead of all erase stickers like normal, because that's obviously where your damage is going to be coming from. I always try to make that 3x3 in the first loop. Is there anything else I need to cover for this run? It's just really complicated. I'm really, really happy VGER is really good. I think the pros are missing out. I think the 3 people above me who are all using voiced Kakyoin, the glasses one, and voiced Vanilla Ice are all missing out because they don't realize that V4taro at level 80 in a really, really good run with VGER is probably gonna get the top scores this score attack. And also on that note, very sad about Bucciarati and Abacchio. While I already said I'm very, very happy VGER is really good. I'm happy that when I really wailed to get that unit to level 80, that he is, I think he's S tier, I do. I think he's bottom of S tier, certainly like not number 1 in the game, but I think he's that last little slot in S tier. Right behind Glasses Kakyoin, and the Glasses Kakyoin behind V4taro. We all know I think he's the best unit in the game. He just has so much synergy, I can use him every single score attack. But gotta admit, GER and Kakyoin, and then Diablo coming in a close 4th are all pretty darn good. I'm glad they're making units to compete with him. And so in terms of summons, I only got to do 1 multi, but I've saved up a bit of gems. Like I said before, I will be streaming Saturday, which is tomorrow. I get off of work at 4 PM CST, so sometime after that is when I'll stream. I'd probably say like an hour or 2 later, just because I'm going to be working a 7-hour shift. I'll be very, very tired when I come home from work. Gotta eat and all that, you know. But I will be streaming. I will be farming up those gems for Bucciarati and Abacchio summons. I also have a donation goal set, and that'll basically like be determining how the end of the stream looks. I'm thinking if I hit any goal on the donation goal, which the first one will be $10, because I am pretty close to getting enough gems to do step 2 and step 3. I already have enough for step 2, I believe. But if we can hit the goal of like $10, then I'll make a whole summoning video out of it. If we hit any goals after that, which I wouldn't think, but you know, one can hope. If we hit any goals after that, the summoning video will be longer. I'll even stream the summons live before I edit it and do a video. That'll be a lot of fun tomorrow. So look forward to that. This quartet, who else is meta, I'm wondering? I'm trying to think about it. In terms of units you want to use, you just want a team that either makes a lot of boxes with a time stopper, or an eraser with the time stopper, because those blocks can really hurt if you don't get rid of them. Obviously, like I said, with this team it is very easy to get rid of the blocks, like I just did right there. Just kind of open the box next to the block panel, and the block panel is gone. And, like, I guess cars would be solid. I believe the block panels can only be created in the bottom 4 rows, and cars hits the majority of that. Meta teams. I can actually take a look at top 100 real quick, see what other people are using. Because this score tech is a little limited. That's why Bucciarati and Bakio, obviously, they're boosted, so they're doing very well. But it's because they get rid of that whole panel right away, and you can make all those 6x6s for free, which is very, very nice. Here, let's see, Bucciarati and Bakio, and then VGER, and then Voice Vanilla Ice. Oh, someone's quite high up there with Voice Risotto to go with his Voice Kakyoin, and then there's some more below him. So I guess along with Voice Vanilla Ice you can use Voice Risotto, but obviously Voice Vanilla Ice is better because he's making a lot more panels for you to destroy. You get that extra race with Kakyoin. And that is, I am still in top 4. Oh, there we go. 35th. Voiced Trish. I guess, yeah. Voiced V4taro and Voiced Risotto. If you can make boxes and stuff, the team isn't really that hindered by this score attack. You can still make 4x4s. The whole panel goes away. As long as you get a good V-Riz pattern, or if V-Trish treats you nicely. I guess, yep. And I'm in 46th. I see another V4taro V-Riz. So I guess just the regular intensifier team. There's none of the fancy stuff. Like Voice Diablo really hates that whole panel, and he also really hates the other blocks created, and it really doesn't help that pause tech was just pause tech was just I want to say nerfed. No, pause tech's gone. If you weren't familiar with what pause tech was, I don't know how you could be. Everybody was talking about it all the way up until now. It was rapidly pausing the game, so you get extra chances to look at the board and just determine which matches are best to make. And I hated that. These aren't the exact words, but the gist of it was they were saying pause tech was giving a few units unfair advantages, using teams that weren't really intended to be a thing. I gotta love that 4x4 right there. So they really wanted to get rid of pause tech. If you don't know the specifics behind how it got nerfed, now if you hit the, as of now, which kind of sucks for other teams where you don't really abuse it, but you might want to, it took me a minute, I'm saying you might want to pause, like, Voice GER, it took me a minute to break the habit of pausing after each loop, because I used to pause, not to like spam it, but just so I could get a look at the board and go, okay, the most panels are of this character, so I'm going to make stand-up panels with this. It's like, oh, you can't do that anymore. See there, I screwed up another VGER time. It's like I said, you can't be quitting the run that early. If you quit the run that early, you will never get the perfect run, I guarantee it. You get unlucky once or twice during the run, you gotta put up with it. But yeah, the other nerf to pause tech, okay, not the other nerf, I never said the first one. The first nerf to pause tech was simply that the more you hit the pause button, like if you hit it once or twice within 10 seconds, it's like, okay, whatever. But then if you continue to hit the pause button, the screen will be dim when you unpause and the timer will go down, but you'll be unable to play the game. And the more you do it, the longer the cooldown is. I know just because I was in the middle of something trying to do a run, so I kept having to pause it. And after like 10 pauses, it was a solid like 2 whole seconds, which by the way is twice as long as it takes to break combo. It was like a solid 2 seconds I just wasn't allowed to play the game for. I was like, I'm not pause spamming, I just need to keep pausing it because I'm in the middle of something, but I understand why it's there. It was a really simple fix. I'm not gonna bash them for it at all, just because I wanted it fixed personally. I felt like it was a very unfun way to play the game. I tried it out and it was like, okay, cool. It's like, I mean, I see why it works, but I don't think I'd really want to do it all the time myself. But yeah, so it's gone. Voice Diablo is probably getting knocked down to A tier. I don't think it is official yet. Don't quote me on that one. I haven't checked it. I haven't checked the Pitter Patter Pop Discord tier list in a while, especially because I don't like how it was sorted into two categories. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of like what's S tier and what isn't. I also understand why it was split into two categories, though. I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. But yeah, that's really my verdict on how the meta's going. I'm hoping that the next banner's kind of hype, honestly. Not for myself, but I'm hoping for other players. I know a lot of people saw Bucciarate Nebacchio and said skip, unfortunately. I think I perfectly understand skipping this one. Just because the Pitter Fest was just on, it was very, very hype. There's a lot of cool stuff to come out. I would know. I spent $100 on summoning to get VGER, and then immediately after they try to do the VGER banner. It's very tempting, but Prosciutto and Pesci are not very good. Unfortunately, their skill didn't turn out too great, even though it's quite a cool unit. And just like no one has gems left. No one other than Ricky Fit, who somehow has 8,000 gems. But other than that, no one has gems left because the last banner was a must summon banner. Now I think it'd be good for the community to get a hype banner after this one because everyone is saving. No one is summoning on this one. Like I said, if we don't even hit the first like $10 donation goal tomorrow on stream, I don't even think I will summon just because it's really not worth it. At that point, if I'm not even making it to step 3, then it's not worth, and I should just save my gems. Yeah, this run's very long. Because obviously you're using, unlike other runs where you like, just say V-Riz V4taro, you would hit V-Riz, and then hit V4taro, yeah? Whew, sorry. But before you would hit V-Riz, you would hit V4taro, and then that's it. You just combine their skills. Now you do VGER, and you do all that for like a good minute and a half, and then V4taro, and then VGER, and then V4taro, like one after another. And it makes your run end up like 27 minutes long. Jeez! Yeah, it does take quite a bit out of you. I think I'm probably doing the exact same thing I did last time I got the high score run with this team. I'm going to take a break from the game for a little bit. I'm probably not really going to play at all until the stream tomorrow. Other than like just, you know, a log into the morning. Done. Maybe I'll do my dailies just to have the gems ready. Something like that. Oh, you know what? I'll probably get up in the morning and use my 5 hearts to AFK farm for gold, just in case we do hit the donation goal, and I summon, then I'll have some summoning. I'll have some gems to summon on the coin banner with. I probably will do that. But yeah, otherwise I don't think I'll touch the game at all. It's just like so burnt out. After doing all those runs, it really took the soul out of me. Can I make it 4x4 here? I don't remember. I think I do though. Yeah. 4x4s are really nice just because you know during VGER time you're going to get like at least 2 million extra damage. It's like, nice. Especially if you make it in the final loop. I don't even think I do anything here. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, it's fun to see the big numbers of VGER. That did 6.8 billion. God, I need more sleep. As you can tell, I'm quite sleep deprived. If you're aware, I've been quite busy lately. Getting this run out, I had to dedicate quite a bit of my day to just like, okay, I'm gonna do these runs so I can get a high score run up. It'll be quick, in and out, and then it was 2 hours long. And then I had to like download this stuff and wait for all that to go away, so I had to multitask, so while stuff was downloading I had to do that, and then I had to record this audio, and then after I'm gonna have to do stuff on my videos, editing, saving. It's quite busy. But otherwise it's going good. This run is very long. I'm running out of things to talk about. The unfortunate thing with Pitter Patter Pop is just that the events don't give you enough to talk about. I do think they have been making good events. I like All Out War simply because there's all these challenge game modes and stuff, which aren't really challenging for the reasons I'd like them to be. However, even though they're not really challenging for the reasons I want them to be challenging, it's still just like, you know what? Okay. Sure. Well, you know, I'll take the rewards. The rewards are pretty good from like Tower Battle and stuff. But then the main appeal is like, ooh, All Out War. It is incredibly easy and won't take a lot of my energy to do. Because all the enemies die in like 2 seconds. I like that. I like that a lot. The fact that all the enemies die really quick means that the event will be really easy and I can just kind of mow through these enemies. If you're struggling with All Out War, it's just about unit levels. You can run a party with really good cheers. I end up usually winning with every single team before half the clock goes away. I don't know if I'm allowed to say how easy it is though, because I have I have like all the meta units. Not level 80, but still have them all. Because I think I do, right? Are there any meta units I don't have, like, at all, period? So I know there's some that don't have high enough skill level, like, my Giorno and Mista's only skill level 2. But I'm wondering, are there any, like, super meta units I don't have that I should probably go for? Oh, 3 John. 3 John's not a meta unit, but I'm going for him, because, you know, he's one of my favorite, he's my favorite JoJo. Very good collector's unit for me. Let's see here. If we go down to here, and then pull up the tier list. There we go. The most recent tier list, let's see. Voice Diablo, Glasses Kakyoin, Voice Part 4 JoJo, yep. I have that whole gang. Even though Voice Diablo is going to get kicked down. And then Scarf Kakyoin, yep. OG Part 4 JoJo, yep. OG Diablo, yep. And then GER, Hideo, and Anupol. I don't have Mask Joseph. I'm not really gonna go for him because he's not too exciting to me. His voice lines for a Joseph unit are kinda late. But I guess he is pretty good because of his synergy with Voice Risotto. Speaking of Voice Risotto, I do have the best support on top of S tier is Voice Risotto. I now have Giorno and Mista after I pulled one from their most recent banner. I have 3 Gino. I do not have Voice Trish or Yukako Koichi. Maybe because I feel like Voice Trish isn't better than Voice Risotto until after level 80. Or not after level 80, but just at level 80, then she's better than Voice Risotto. But clearly not, I guess. But I'm just kind of waiting for Voice Risotto's awakening, because he's gonna get one eventually. I thought it was gonna be like right now. I was a little scared. Like, you know? Because you saw all the La Squadra stuff from this event, it's like, oh no, this Severus gonna awaken. We're gonna have to try to pull dupes of Severus. Oh no, he didn't, thankfully. And then A tier, there's Poggy. I really wanted a level 80 Poggy, and then all of a sudden they really fell off the meta. So not really going for that anymore. Voice Vanilla Ice I don't have at all, but he's only like crazy at level 80. Otherwise, again, Risotto's better. At least I believe so. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. I do think he's only better than Voice Risotto at level 80, but that's just my uneducated guess. Yes, I was right. The best non-limited unit is Voiced AC/DC. Voiced AC/DC is insane for a non-limited unit. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it wasn't 20 intensified panels or anything like I thought. I don't remember if I thought it was 20 or 16, but like, the amount he makes, what is it? I think it's 16. Yeah, if it is 16, that is really solid. That's a lot of intensified panels. And he goes level 80? That's a great unit, especially great GR. My Training Caesar's level 60, but Training Caesar's really only up there because of Voice Kakyoin again. Glasses Kakyoin works quite well with Training Caesar. Mine is like skill level 2. My Training Caesar's not very high skill level. Obviously, Vampire Strays is the second best non-limited unit, which happens to be an SR as well. His intensified stuff works really well with Voice Part 4 JoJo and with Voice Kakyoin. Bucciarati and Abacchio, you know I have them. I went crazy on the New Year's banner because I saw them on it, and I got them. I was like, yes! Awesome. I don't have Voice Josuke. Voice Josuke is one of my chase units. Voice Josuke is really cool, but like, I don't have him. I've summoned on every banner he's been on since he came out. I haven't pulled him. When people say like, oh, just pull the unit. I tried! Why don't you summon on his banner? I did! What are you talking about? And then obviously Mista. I used to use Mista on a lot of my sewer attacks to the point where people were asking me if I had a thing for using Mista. No, he's just really good with level 80. He somehow was always meta for me, like the best character I could use on that score attack. People doubt the power of level 80 making like old units good that normally had just kind of like mediocre skills. Level 80 is no joke. It makes units way better. It's a little scary, to be honest. That's why I'm really trying to get that level 80 part for JoJo. Mine's level 60 right now. I'm very excited to have him level 80. Nah, I don't know if it's because I think it'll be more fun. I think it'll just be more fun because it'll get higher scores. And higher scores means big numbers. And big numbers go brr. You know what I mean? Like when you see those really high damages with Voice Diavolo or Voice GER, and you go, wow, that's really cool. And it's the same thing. You see high scores with Voice Part for JoJo, and you go, wow, that's pretty cool. Even though I think his time stop is fun to play. Diablo's Top Tier recently made a video about what your favorite time stopper says about you. And even though mine is voiced part for JoJo, it is mainly not because of damage and stuff. Which, I mean, that helps a lot, obviously. A unit becomes a lot more fun when they're a good unit. But for me, it's more about, I really like how his time stop functions and the satisfaction you get from getting that big 4x4 at the end. Getting off track. Run Rohan and cars obviously do the exact same thing, just in different patterns. I did recently level 80 my cars. I think on the Pitterfest banner I got my cars to level 80. I was like, oh cool. Even though I had pulled cars a whopping 10 times. So because your initial pull doesn't give you a jewel, and because I pulled all of them before he got an awakening, I got him to +1. For pulling cars 10 times, I was rewarded with 1 plus level for him. And then I've pulled him 2 more times since then, so I got him to level 80. Abacchio, obviously, I've been advocating for, I've been telling people, it's like Bucciarati and Abacchio, just a little worse. Abacchio at level 80 is very good. Especially with his EX sticker. I love his EX sticker for story mode grinding. It makes it so easy. Not story mode, I mean just like the front card for events. It's like so much easier when you have Abacchio at level 80. Just to go over other ones really quick. Hio is a support? He's in the support tier as well in B tier? I mean, I guess. And then Narancia and Fugo, I mean, we're pretty far down, but they put level 80 Narancia and Fugo over Voice Malone. Narancia and Fugo is a really fun unit, a really cool collector's unit. It's very fun to see them. I imagine as the entire Bucciarati team in it, even though it's only 3 WGRs instead of 6 units. Like, but their skill doesn't work with Voice Part for JoJo because it lasts too long. And really? They put him above Voiced Malone, which by this is level 50 Voiced Malone. We're talking about the one that everybody's seen before. And level 80 Original Risotto. I feel like level 80 Original Risotto still has his worth with Voice Part for JoJo. He hasn't fallen off as much as people are saying he has. But I guess no one really uses him anymore, so there's no evidence to show that he's hasn't fallen off. So, I mean, for now, I guess he has. Until someone proves otherwise. Alright, I'm done. Dice Rohan. Level 80 Dice Rohan. You try to justify Dice Rohan, you gotta get out of my house. It's just... Dice Rohan is on another level bad. Even though he, again, he is a cool unit. I'm not a Rohan fan, but I bet any Rohan fan would be happy to have him. He says he has a lot of cool voice lines. He says, well, obviously, that's how voice lines work. It just, yeah, he's a collector's unit. He's not crazy. I don't know why he's way up there. Maybe it just went too far down the tier list, or eventually started getting into the okay, this is kind of mediocre kind of category. And the run is ending here, as you can see. What is that? 1 photo use? 2 photo uses? 1 photo use left. So this is the last part for JoJo time stop. where I'm assuming there's a 4x4 made. Or not. Do I pop that box? I'm looking back, I should have opened that box in the corner where there's no panel, because then you get the enhanced box for making the 4x4. It's a little weird to spectate your own runs, because, you know, it's a lot easier as a spectator to go, oh, I should have made that match, or oh, they should have done that. When you're in, like, the heat of the moment, it's a lot harder to think properly. But it really sucks when you're doing it to yourself. Well, me looking at my own run, like trying to give tips and stuff, realizing, oh, I could have done that. I mean, I didn't see it because obviously I'm got the adrenaline pumping, I'm in the middle of the run, which is why I hated pause tech. The like stressfulness of being in the run is what makes it more exciting and more like entertaining to do. But it still goes, oh, I could have improved there and gotten a higher score. Like, I want to imagine someone who falls out of top 10 and gets 11th, which has happened to me before, by the way. I've been in 11th. There's that double, the double box 4x4 I was talking about earlier in the video. But, it hurts to be like, oh, I got 11th. I might not have got 11th if I got that one more use out because I was faster. Or, oh, if I would have just made a box with this match, I could have gotten one place higher, which would have gotten me this or this. It's like, you just gotta not think about it. If you think about it, it'll just make you go crazy. In those last two matches, there is the end of the run. 139 million. With no boosted units as my front two. Voice parts for JoJo is not maxed out because he is only level 60 instead of level 80. I'm very excited to see how much damage he does at level 80, and that's where I try to take a screenshot, but I just screenshot the black screen after the score goes away. And after that score, boom, what you saw in the thumbnail. 4th world. Very, very satisfied with that score. I'm not sure if I'll be able to beat it for the rest of the score attack, but I certainly will give it a couple more attempts throughout the rest of this. And that'll be all for today. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe down below if you did. It means a lot to me. Appreciate all the support. You can check out a recommended video over on the left there, or another one like this one. And I'll see you later.